Hello and welcome, I am Civilian and this is Dwarf Fortress. We are playing 0.44 point something and I didn't check. We are back with our wonderful lava cult. Welcome back. So, first things first, anyone who has not played Dwarf Fortress before, welcome. What you are looking at might be a little bit confusing. I don't know. Basically, the green stuff's grass. We've got a very weirdly shaped mountain that we're sitting at the base of. We've got down here, we've got a wagon. The little smiley faces are dwarves. The little letters are animals of various kinds. I think it should hopefully, things should be fairly obvious in the sense that the blue patches there are little ponds. We've got very small, sparse trees over here. So actually the first thing I'm going to do is designate some... No, the first thing I'm going to do is I need to rename some dwarves. We've got to rename some dwarves after some commenters. Thank you for commenting, everyone. Let me pull up the list. This is the people that have commented so far. So I'm going to go name some people real quick and jump back. Oh, and I've just remembered while we're doing this, I've just entered Dwarf Comic's name. I'm just going down the list in the order of whom I commented first. Dwarf Comic produced this wonderful, wonderful picture. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put this... it's great. I love it. I think Dwarf Comic is currently one of our miners. Dwarf Comic might have to be our designated oracle who had this vision of a lava cult, of the large project that we're going to be working towards here. I think that was definitely Dwarf Comic with that kind of artistic vision. So yes, thank you so much. It's great. I love it. I'm quite genuinely I'm quite shocked and flattered that my strange little internet videos are sort of worthy of someone's talent, you know? Okay, so here we are. We have the first 7 starting dwarves, just the first 7 people that commented. I thought that sounded like a fair way of doing it. Let's introduce everyone. So first up, we have got Legacy Gaming. Let me introduce you to Legacy Gaming, who was annoyed when caught in the rain, but felt fond when talking to a friend. Who is your friend? Legacy Gaming, show me. You are friends with... Oh, you're friends with most people here, to be honest. That's very cute. Okay, back to this. Let's see. Oh, he dreams of creating a masterwork someday. Well, he is a miner, so I'm not sure that it's, you know, going to be very easy for him to craft a masterwork, but we could give him like a secondary job. I haven't bothered installing anything, so we're just going to be doing this we might have to do some kind of very manual job assigning for our dwarves, but yes. That is Legacy Gaming. We'll see what we can do about crafting a masterwork. Oh, and Dwarf Comic would also like to craft a masterwork. I mean, I think you've crafted a masterwork here already, but we'll try and get you some in-game. Maybe engraving. Maybe engraving would be appropriate. We'll get you to do some engraving on the side when you're not mining, but I think there's going to be quite a lot of mining to do this series because we haven't embarked where there's any lava, and we're going to have to go down where there is some, where there is some lava. Everyone's upset about the rain, that's fine. You are 72 years old with dense hair. This is Stormy. Everybody meet Stormy. Stormy, this is an accurate representation of Stormy. We have Bengals. Is it? Yeah, Bengals. We have Bengals here who, oh, she dreams of raising a family. Cute. I didn't check. What was Stormy dreaming of? Stormy was dreaming of creating a great work of art. I'll tell you what, they all dream of, you can make masterwork engravings, right? I might just have this whole mining squad. They all want to not really do mining with their lives. So we'll have them all do a little bit of engraving on the side, just for fun, maybe, for a sense of achievement. And Anuba Shadow's also into the great work of art. You like horn silver, steel, cat's eye, the colour lavender blush, short swords, and the sight of the poetic styles. You like bumblebee and fisherberry wine, and you detest lizards. Well, the more you know. I feel like I'm really getting to know my subscribers here. I think I made that joke last series. It's not even a funny joke. It's just a thing that I say. Anyway, you dream of raising a family. Oh, Sosup, you should get together with, was it Bengals? Who dreamed of... Yeah, Bengals and Sosup, you should get together. And then, last but definitely not least, we have Kulthys, who, she also dreams of raising a family. Okay, well, unfortunately, we are going to have to kill the children unless more people want names to help with that. Because if there's no name, then they can't be in the fortress, and if they can't be in the fortress, we're going to sacrifice them to lava. So, welcome to the game. Again, I believe we have some people that haven't seen Dwarf Fortress, watching. So down there, I'll zoom in. So we've got our dwarves. And we've got animals, and we have a wagon with all our stuff on, and that's basically it. So there's trees all around, so I suggest the first thing we do is we're going to chop down some trees. That seems sensible. Now, I believe there was supposed to be some kind of river when I embarked, but I've clearly been deceived and wronged. So that's a good start already, because I was kind of hoping for a river. Because I would quite like some obsidian, because someone has raised the excellent point of we should definitely use obsidian weapons, because you make them out of lava and water, and that's just so right for our lava cult, isn't it? So first things first, we're also going to gather some plants. Can I be bothered to gather plants? I probably can't. So we're going to start digging. Now I feel like there must be, this is such like a straight cliff, it's such a perfect little right angle. There must be a nice way for us to use this in our base design. But for the moment at least, I'm just going to dig a little nook into the wall. We're just going to dig a tiny little sort of starting base, and then I'm going to dig it all on this layer, I think, because I quite like it's more efficient to have your fortresses stacked vertically, but I think I quite like having it stacked horizontally, just so that everything's on one floor, or lots of stuff's on one floor, because then you can see what's going on better. I think that makes sense. So I'd quite like to have like a separate living quarters maybe, and then a separate... How do we want to do this? I think definitely because, we've got cultists, at least for the first part of the game, they're just going to be living in a dormitory. I don't see the need for, anything fancier than a little dormitory. So we'll put a little dormitory here, pop a little door on that, because, lava doesn't care, right? It's not that lava doesn't care, it's that you shouldn't care. You're part of a cult, you're supposed to be worshipping lava. You don't need to spend your whole time sleeping, because that's time not spent worshipping lava. And we'll add a little dining room here for sort of symmetry. It's not really symmetry, is it? It's for something. There's some kind of aesthetic reason why I'm doing this. I don't really know what it is. You might know what it is. I'm just doing things. I don't know. Okay, so I'm unpausing, and while I let our dwarves get to work, I'm going to quickly explain the rooms that I've dug out. So we've got a dormitory in the bottom left. I thought I'd just designate them and then talk about it. Dormitory here. We've got a kitchen, a little tiny dining room here. And then up above, we're going to have a food storage room, which is going to be connected to a kitchen, which is then going to flow across from, I'm thinking, a little... we'll add a farm area somewhere where there's dirt, sort of up here. Oh, actually, that's a good point. I was going to have this be the farm area, but I forgot that I thought there would be more dirt. So I'm going to quickly cancel that. This is going to be something else now. But yeah, we'll have a little farm area somewhere where there's dirt, and then the big room is just going to be a big generic crafty, pile-y room for making stuff at the start of the game. Which we need. We definitely need. So we've currently got all of our little miners working away. Oh, that's cute. Everyone else is in the wagon getting stuck in the rain, but as soon as we've cleared out a few rooms, we'll be ready. Oh, we've got a human mercenary visiting. Oh, hello. Where? No one has gone missing or died. Oh, the year is still young. Still plenty of time for someone to go missing or die. For example, here is a human mercenary. Her hair is extremely long. Can we do stuff? Can we like talk to her? I don't know. So as a lava cult, do you think we'd be friendly? I feel like a lava cult we could be quite friendly and like oh hey, come in, sit down. Have you heard the word of our Lord and... Oh, that's definitely what we're going to do. We're definitely going to go out, start trying to recruit our neighbours. That sounds perfect. Yeah, it's a little kitchen they're digging out there. Kind of need space to dig out the farms. I don't really need the farms connected to the rest of the fortress and behind... There's not much room for defences here, but basically I'm thinking we build a little sort of staging area here, and then we divert most of our resources downwards. And we start heading for that which gives us life and sustains life and all that good stuff, so we're going to start heading down, deep into the earth. But first we'll dig out a little entrance. which is quite good. I like this part of the game. I like the sort of, we've got all this sort of potential. I don't even know how we're gonna move lava around. I don't know how to do that. We've got a human bard visiting. We should start selling some overpriced handicrafts. That's what we should do. Yeah, I don't know why they're visiting so soon. Is that just randomness? This world's got quite a lot of people and it's quite a small world, I believe, given my setup. So that's nice. I like that we've got visitors. We could be hostile to visitors, especially because it's a bard. We could just kill them all. But I don't know. I don't know. I quite like the idea of us being a very friendly, very open fortress, right up until bam. They don't even see us coming. Next thing you know, murder. Extensive murder. Where actually are these humans hanging out? So let's go to unit. Oh, they're hanging out here. Artist. This visitor has come to relax. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, let's do some visitor stuff. We'll do maybe we'll probably have a library if nothing else. So we can do that because I think someone requested being a scholar, and also I didn't really work with the libraries much in my last series because I got distracted and ran out of time. So that's pretty nice. We've got our wagon here. We're starting to unload. I'm gonna build a stockpile and we're gonna make it a food stockpile. I could customize it. I could make it a sort of, we could have one room with all of the unfinished food and one with all the, yeah, let's have a room full of prepped food. Then we'll have a room full of unprepped food. So we'll block all and then we'll allow prepared food and then we will allow drinks. Cool. And we will have like our edible food stockpile here next to the dining room, and then we will have another little stockpile up above this room. And that will be, and actually that might take us close enough to the dirt so that I can actually build a farm, which would be nice, because I didn't plan that ahead. This does mean we won't have much room for defences and fortifications, but that's fine, it's only temporary. And then next up I would quite like, I'd like to get some workshops up. I'm kind of waiting till they start the big room. I don't think it's urgent that we embed our faces in the ground quite yet, although of course being above the surface is, you know, closer underground you are, the closer to lava you are, and the closer you are to like ascension in that sense. So obviously we do want to bury our faces in the ground as soon as possible, but I don't think there's any pressing environmental need for us to rush our way down there lest we get murdered, which is kind of what I'm more worried about. Actually, let's build a let's start by building a bridge. It doesn't need to be a massive bridge. We're just gonna do a little bridge, just a little. I like they can raise when they're only one big, but I quite like it when they're a little bit chunkier than that. It feels nice. You want a good chunky bridge on your fortress. I don't know what I'm saying, but we'll build a little bridge there. That'll give them something to do. We can make it out of wood. I think they're pretty indestructible regardless of what you make them out of, but let's make them out of stone instead because I feel like that's just a bit nicer, and we'll have something then to show off to our visitors. Now that does mean we need an architect. So who out of our people here do we think would be good at architecturizing? So Sup, you're good at working with stone, so that's like pretty close. Where are you? Here. You're storing an item in a stockpile. Yeah, you're our mason, and you're getting pretty good at chatting. Ooh, poetry. Music and dance and poetry. Very nice. Awesome. I'm impressed. So we're going to go ahead and we will... Oh, how do I even do this without Dwarf Therapist? It's been so long. I used to only play the game like this, though. That's a fun fact. That's a fun fact about me, the more you know. So if we go to labour... No, if I go to preferences... Labour. Aha! So we are going to enable... We're going to do some other jobs, and I believe it's architecture. Yes, you're welcome to do some architecture. Please do this. Please architect us a bridge, which is what I believe we need. Announcements. Is there any... I would quite like to hear about all of these dances and poetry things that are going on. But I don't know where I can find that information. Probably in Legends somewhere, but I don't really know. It's fine. Ah, good, there's some digging going on. And I believe there's just enough room that we can start squeezing in some workshops. So let's build some workshops. We need to start getting, I would quite like some doors. I think doors would be a very comforting thing for us to have. So let's go ahead and we'll go for a mason's workshop. And we'll tuck that. Oh, there's not quite enough space. We'll give it a little walkable perimeter around it. Nothing wrong with that. We'll go for a, well, that's all we can fit for now. That's good. That's a good start. We'll get Saucip working on some fun things. Ah, yes. What else should we do? So I think we should make some literature. I think we should, maybe we should make a holy book about lava. If we can get our dwarves to do that. I don't know if we can dictate what they write books about. But as long as we have lava, I feel like they would probably write about things that happen around them. So as long as we burn enough people in lava, eventually someone will write a book about it. That's my reasoning here. That's my logic. Because I assume it's kind of like engravings, right? No? Yes? Don't tell me I'm wrong. I don't want to know. Build workshop. Craft dwarf workshop. I do want to know if I'm wrong. Please tell me. I love comments. They're the only thing that keeps me going sometimes. No, I'm joking. I just do this. I just do this because I do. I don't know why. You know, you just do stuff. It's like my whole life is just like doing stuff. Just because. Speaking of which, how is everyone else doing stuff? How are we getting on with the humans? I'm perplexed, but kind of intrigued by the humans. Human bard. I quite like the idea of a bard. I feel like the bard could be teaching us some cool songs, you know? Hello, human bard. We've got a bunch of animals, yes. Very much would like nest boxes soon. Aha, and we have our mason's workshop. So we're gonna go ahead, we'll make 2 doors. We could get some internal doors. Internal doors, I'm gonna get 1 for the stockpile room and 1 for the dormitory, because I feel like that's the kind of place where we want the security. And then we'll go for a table or 2 and a chair or 2, just to give them somewhere to eat, because that'll be nice. That'll make them feel nice. And I'm also gonna build a workshop, and I'm gonna build a kitchen. Oh, remembering all the hotkeys. This many-month break from Dwarf Fortress hasn't slowed me down. We're back, and so it's a still. We haven't quite got much to do with that yet. I could set some plant gathering up. I think we've got a fair amount of people just hanging about, not up to much. Yeah, we could do a little bit of plant gathering. And then we can make it into food and stuff. But to be honest, I never really have food be a problem, so it doesn't, I'm not that interested in putting in effort to fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're gonna make our nest boxes out of wood, actually. And we'll make like a bunch, because we have a bunch of animals. And then also scroll roller, book bindings. We're gonna get on that. It's gonna be good. Oh, and can we make like wooden like crutches and stuff here, or is that I think that's the other thing? Because we didn't embark with any splints or any of a manner of useful things that can be made like wheelbarrows. So because we can build them fairly easily ourselves, so it shouldn't be too bad. Ah, and a mechanics workshop. Oh, so many workshops. Mechanics workshop T. Haha. And yeah, that seems like a good spot. And we will put slate. We're making them all out of different things. Consistency is for people that put in effort. We don't have anyone with labours various. Give me a sec. Let me see if I can get like a dwarf therapist thing situation in here. I don't think the I don't think that's the thing. Oh well. So yes, I don't know how I used to play like this. So we're going to this peasant, Kulthies. You might be a peasant, but you are the only one that knows how to fight. So that's not bad. We're gonna go to a kind of farming and related thing. I'll probably have you on farming in the fields, and I'll have you on plant gathering, because that seems useful. And I didn't embark with a chef. Actually, you can just be our chef / top murderer, which is what you're also going to be doing in your spare time. No, I think the cooking's in your spare time. It's good. It's a nice, relaxing hobby to wind down from a day of. Actually, yeah. Let's make you in a military. We're gonna make a militia commander, and I think we don't have any metal uniforms, so I'll go for leather armor, and we're gonna make Kulthies our militia commander, and Nuba Shadows can also get in there, so that's quite nice. And then we wanted, yes, a chef of some description. So Kulthies, you can do that as well. You're going to be like all of our cooking, and you're going to do a load of, is that in farming? Yeah, here we go, cooking. And we also need, what's it called when you make alcohol? Brewing. Hey, there we go. We're figuring this out. We will need mechanics, and I'm going to go ahead and let's make someone else do it. Let's make Stormy. You can be a mechanic. That sounds like something you would want to do, because we do need to give you all a craft so that you can get good at it. So our craft for you is going to be mechanics, which is engineering. There we go. Plenty of mining going on. Everyone's very, very busy. It's a shame there's not much more dirt here, because I quite like at the start of the fortress. They dig really fast through dirt, do dwarves. And it's quite satisfying to watch. Let's put this here. We've got one door. That's good. I should have waited and see if I could get like a matching pair of doors, because watch now. The other door's going to be made out of a different material, and it's going to be very it's very mildly annoying, which is the best kind of annoying, because anything more than mildly annoying is actually rather annoying, I would say. I'm just chatting nonsense. Our guests have no activity. We need to come up with something entertaining for these humans to do. We need like a show. We need to like put on a show of lava. A lava show. Low. That's terrible. How do we like entertain our guests? This is everything that I should have done in my last series, which was a beach resort, which I didn't actually do much with the guests, but I think it's just the fact that they're clearly, maybe they are lava cultists, but from a different civilization. Do you think we can get them to stick around? Because I feel like they might be, because why else would you come to this fortress? This fortress that has just been founded in the middle of in the middle of nowhere. How did they even know that this fortress existed? The answer is they're in on the cult. And they're just here, right? They're here to check we're all okay. They're here to do a recon. Maybe the mercenary was hired by the bard just to check we're all okay, help us out, keep us safe. And then I reckon the bard is one of us and is gonna go out in the world after this and spread the good word of lava. Spread the cult. Go back into the world, humans. Spread our teachings. Let's build a stockpile. No, that's not it. We're going to build a stockpile, I said, and we'll make it a custom one with the opposite settings to what we currently have. There we go. So we've got all our unprepped food and also I think seeds, but that's fine. And we'll put that here. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to dig straight into this wall, which is kind of probably not the best maneuver, but we're doing it because I just want a tiny little farm area. Lots of people cancelling give water because they need empty buckets. We should make a bucket. Good idea, game. How do I make a bucket? I don't actually have a carpenter's workshop yet. So we'll add a carpenter's workshop, which will probably help with the bucket situation. Yeah, because we need buckets, we need wheelbarrows. I need to hit P and I need to make a plot for like our everything. I'm going to make a classic everything stockpile. It's a nearly everything stockpile. It's not quite an everything stockpile, but it's a lots of things stockpile. It's gonna be a very full stockpile shortly, I hope. There's a thing there, right? Let's start it here. Let's pretend like it's gonna look neat. It won't look neat by a couple of episodes in. Like the fortress in general is what I'm referring to there. But I think we got a cute little start here. I quite like the tiny little thing. We definitely need things like beds. But everyone's very busy hauling stuff in. If I could be bothered, then I would turn off hauling for some of these dwarves, but doing things with the in-game UI is not the easiest. So I think it's just going to be a bit of a free-for-all this series. How is everyone doing? Let's have a little check-in on all of our new denizens. Is denizens the right word? It's one of those words I've never looked up the definition of, but I've just heard in a lot of contexts. Annoyed by the lack of chairs. We're working on that. Satisfied and work. Fondness with a friend. Casual worshipper of the great gloves of webbing. I think you mean casual worshipper of lava, but we're just gonna gloss over that. This is what they pretend to worship. We should build a temple as well with lava in it. That would be good. Stormy, how are you doing? Everyone's looking pretty alright. They're looking satisfied, they're looking happy. I feel like dwarves are not as emotionally fragile as maybe they used to be. I don't know if that's an actual change or if that's just I suck less, or if that's that I suck more in some ways because I'm not causing them to tantrum as much. Looks like we've hit stone, which is unfortunate, but we should get a few small farm plots in that little entrance room, and I probably should put a door on it, so I'm gonna queue up Mason's workshop is done actually. Let's build some tables. So we'll get a table here and a table here, and we'll get 2 little chairs. They're going to be cozied up right next to each other, even though we've got the whole room. Why? I don't know. They are now. That's how things are. We'll get some... we need 2 lots of rock mechanisms because we're going to hook up that gate to a lever so we can close it so that we can not die. Because not dying is something that I like to do sometimes in this game. Not all the time. And we'll see how all of you manage, all of you who are watching, anyone who's got a dwarf named after them, we'll see how you manage on the not dying thing. But I personally am quite a fan of it. So we'll get some buckets. We'll probably need a few barrels early on. And that'll be that. Okay. Good. I'm pleased. Let's queue up a door. I wouldn't mind a door for that little upper farm. So that's good. And oh, look at that. What's all this all over the ground? We have got, oh, loads of raspberry bushes. Okay, that's nice. Let's gather those raspberries and make them into alcohol, probably. So we've got loads of little pink raspberries. What else have we got? We've got some blue plants, which are not stockpiles. That's what they're not. Where is my cursor? Here. We've got chicory and we've got rhubarbs. Rhubarb. We have rhubarb. And we've got some green stuff over here. I didn't even know what that is, but we've got loads of it. We're in such a plentiful area. Okay. I'm gonna designate the gather plants area to be much wider. Who was in charge of that? Kulthies? Kulthies, you're going to be kept busy there with all of that plant gathering. Good thing we've got these huge stockpiles with loads of space in them. Someone's asleep in the stockpile, so that's nice. We're going to watch the table get installed, and then we're going to set this little room down here as our new dining room. I don't think we're going to generally spoil our dwarves that much. I think that the idea that they are a cult, we'll make it a meeting hall as well. I think the idea that they're a cult should mean that maybe there's some sort of sacrifice of sort of personal comfort in some sense. So we'll have, we probably won't bother with bedrooms for a lot of people. We might have bedrooms as a sort of rewarding thing maybe. So unfortunately some of our animals that we don't want inside are going to pile inside now, because we've got some outdoor animals. So we're going to set up, it's not going to be very secure, and the animals are definitely going to be the first thing to die in the case of invasion, but that's fine, because we're just going to set up something small for the yaks. We've got a few yaks. What else? I can't remember if the cavy thingies need to be indoors or outdoors, so we'll put 2 indoors, we'll just move them out if they start starving. That's fine, that's a method. Cool, so it's just the yaks. We could probably build a little hut for them. Yeah, let's do that actually. So we're gonna remove the upstairs and ramps. Oh, yeah. I couldn't even see the option, but I hit the hotkey. I know that's not something to be proud of, but I'm always surprised because I really haven't played this in about 3 months. So we'll remove that and then we'll just build a little wall. We're gonna build a little wall. Just about here. We'll make it big-ish. Make it big enough. And we'll just make it out of, make it all out of one kind of log. So we'll choose something common. Like, let's use these willow logs. That'd be nice. Look at us. Building things already. I'm proud. Are you proud? Because you should be. Let's go for willow logs. And then we'll build a last little bit of wall. And then we'll add a door at the bottom there. And of course, building destroyers that can smash down doors will probably still, well, there's no probably about it, they will still break in there, but it's a little bit more protected, and doors are fairly effective. I assume that the doors in Dwarf Fortress are kind of like in the Lord of the Rings, where it's like these doors you can't even see. Where is my cursor? There's my cursor. They're like these little doors that you can't even see. They're like blended into the walls. which is why most creatures can't smash them down. That's true. That's a true fact that I just made up. So I believe we mostly unloaded the wagon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dismantle the wagon. Look at everyone all crowded in that tiny meeting room. I'll tell you what, I wasn't going to make it a dining room just in general, but it might be worth having it not be a meeting room, or having a separate meeting room. Maybe I can make like a temple or something. Anyway, this is going to be a farm plot, and we will plant plump helmets. And we also always be digging. We've got to always be mining things out, right? That's just Dwarf Fortress. So we'll make a room here where we'll put all of our fowl. And what I might do is I might just lock the door to that for a little while, let them have a ton of babies. And then, actually, let me just delete this and just make a new one. But yeah, what I might do is just lock the door so that they can just all, like, lurk in there, have loads of babies, and then we'll just open it up and suddenly have loads and have tons of eggs, and I won't have eaten them all, or yeah, that's how it works. They have suspended this construction of a singular piece of wall. I love it when they do that. That's my favourite thing. Why have you done that? I don't know. Let's check the announcements. There's lots of council giving water. I think that's alright. Oh, we've got an elf poet. Little harder to resist the urge to murder the elf poet, but I kind of like... fine. I guess. Let's view the unit. Oh. Her teeth are tangled. What? Does he have like... Does she have like these really... I'm envisaging really long, sharp, pointy teeth. That's quite unpleasant. Oh, and good, you're here in our dining room, ready to eat our dwarves with those long, tangled teeth. Perplexing. Anyway, yes, we've got 2 yaks in there. There's no roof on it, so that might be something that we wish to consider, but it's quite hard to get there to build the roof. I don't know. Clothies has become a militia commander. Well done, Clothies. I haven't actually set up a military schedule. I will do that at some point, because it would definitely be worth having Clothies doing a little spot of training. So let's build our nest boxes so that our birds have somewhere to lay their eggs, and we can have their delicious, delicious eggs, except we're not going to eat all their eggs so that we can get more animals before we, let's build a door on that so that I can lock it and stop us from eating any of the eggs. There we go. Little flood of dwarves ready to obey my command. Quite like having a lot of idle dwarves, because then stuff just gets done like that. Clicking my fingers. Don't know if that'll be really painful on the microphone. Sorry to any headphone users that may have been harmed in the making of this video. So I think that's what we're going to call it for this first episode. I think we've done pretty well. We've got a good little starting room. We've got our initial starting 7. We've got some visitors who are obviously going to be converted to our way of seeing things. We've got farm set up. Yeah, no, I'm really happy with this is our little preliminary base before we move on and down, mostly down. We're gonna go find the lava in the near future, but not today. I have been Civilian, and this has been Dwarf Fortress, the Lava Cult. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.